Why rejoining EU is the only logical way forward for Starmer. Follow this page for more updates on international news. Rejoining EU is the only logical way forward for Starmer. With the argument for closer alignment in tatters, backing a full reversal of Brexit could offer Prime Minister a political lifeline. With the argument for closer alignment in tatters, backing a reversal of Brexit could offer Prime Minister a political lifeline, writes James Crisp. Sir Keir Starmer's salami-slice reversal of Brexit won't satisfy anyone. Rachel Reeves, the Chancellor, said the government was up for further alignment with the EU to get easier trade with the bloc. But alignment is the worst of both worlds. It makes Britain a Brussels rule-taker without having any say in those European laws. Brexiteers see this as a sacrifice of hard-won sovereignty. Remainers want full-fat membership with influence over EU rules. Britain has already agreed to align with EU plant and animal health rules to boost imports and exports. This agreement in principle was bought at the heavy price of 12 years' access to British fishing waters. Negotiations with Brussels are never easy. There is still no food and drink deal despite ongoing talks between UK and EU negotiators since last year. UK requests for opt-outs in certain sectors and EU reluctance to grant them are behind the delay. The European Commission is driving a hard bargain, secure in its belief that London, as demandeur, has no leverage to match the weight of its 460-meter-strong single market. Last year, talks over British membership of a major EU weapons program to deter Russian aggression collapsed over Brussels' demands for a 5.7 BN entry fee. The UK had offered a maximum of 262 Labour's calls for yet more alignment negotiations will be met by a shrug from most EU capitals. They are broadly happy with a Brexit deal weighted in their favor and have other priorities, not least the war in Ukraine and looming EU budget negotiations to think about. Secure agreement on the youth mobility deal, and then let's see, they say. Talk of a bespoke customs union is greeted with a roll of the eyes by some European diplomats. The government is tinkering at the edges of the Brexit deal, which is difficult, costly, and time-consuming. Labour says its priority is economic growth, but its hands are tied by its red lines of no return to the single market or freedom of movement. At the end of 2025, the economy grew by a lower-than-expected 0.1% in the final quarter of the year, and by just 1.3% in the whole of 2025. The government says its food and drink deal will bring in about $9 billion to the economy by 2040, which is a modest boost of about 0.3%. It is better than the predicted benefits of post-Brexit trade deals with countries such as India, but does not offset the barriers to trade with the EU caused by Brexit. Stacking up a series of other sectoral small wins with more alignment will not make a significant